Hey, good afternoon. Whoops, good afternoon from New York Realm. I'm in downtown Brooklyn, and I'm here to cover a protest that was organized by mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa of Guardian Angels. So here we are. I believe this is about lithium-ion batteries. I don't know. It's interesting how they're doing this in front of the protected bike lane, but they're going to do this anyway. Oops. And I just made it too. I thought I was going to miss this because the train was late. Again. Huh. There they are. Whoops. Excuse me, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Oh, there's the Popo. Okay, yeah, this is what it looks like here now. Doesn't look like a normal street anymore because it's the protected bike lane. And these people have to be careful doing this protest now because the e-bikes zoom by here like 25, 30 miles an hour. All right, maybe I should park it here. This hasn't started yet, so I'm gonna park my bike in the protected bike lane bike rack. I think this is what they're protesting. See that guy there? Guy has two lithium-ion batteries. All right, let's get over here. They're taking a big risk doing this for the bike lane. I think that's the point. There's some ugly art. Ugly planters. Oh, look, wow, it's amazing how cyclists and e-bike riders are able to ride in the traffic lane. Oh, where are they going? Oh, I guess they're going to move it over here. I guess, well, they're supposed to protest in front of that entrance there, but I guess they're being told to move. This must be the group that organized this. Oh, look at this. That's on the bike lane. There we go.
Nobody come on the street.
So this is about NIM, what is that? NIME? I think this is about an e-bike. I think this is about a lithium battery warehouse or something. I have to look this up later, but a lot of people from Staten Island are here. We're trying to move. Let's go this side.
Thank God for people like Curtis to calm me down because I get really, really pissed off. When an issue is very vital and people don't effing show up. I hate more than anything. People that picture mode on their computer all day about an issue that's going on that really hurts them, but they don't show up. That pisses me off. But Curtis calm me down, meaning I need to slow down. This is the beginning. It's going to grow.
This is the artist, the protest artist.
We shut down the illegal alien shelters more than anybody else in the country. Why was that? Not because of me, Curtis, Johnny, Peters, because you people showed up. That's proving the point of how things get done. Because the city is used to seeing all of these folks that have saved the two-headed leprechaun and this and the pro-Palestinian and then all over destroying the city. People pay attention because they're out there. And we're not. They say, the working man, they're not going to come out and fight. They're not going to come out and fight. What we did was legal alien shelters and we won. Because you people showed up. Right. I can't emphasize that enough. That is the value of winning. We all know about stay out of the bike lane, stay out of the bike lane. We all know what's going on. We're all kind of new to this too. Some of us knew it a while ago, there's a lot of us now that are new. Like me and Curtis, people come up to us all the time. You know, I got this, I got But when things come to a boiling point and you really look into it, it's really dangerous. How dangerous this is to me is worse than the illegal area. And we're all learning about the dangers of this and how the city once again takes advantage of people who are complacent. You know, I give a lot of tough love. The other day I was calling New Yorkers stupid. Yeah,
Some of them say too.
It's not about being stupid. It's about being complacent. And that's why these were just tolls slammed down our throats. The speed cameras. It's illegal, unconstitutional speed cameras. It's not about safety. You know, but yet, we let it happen. We need to be New Yorkers the way we're always New Yorkers. The world used to look at us. And you're like, nah, you don't mess with New Yorkers, man. You can't, nah. New Yorkers are the toughest something guns on the planet. They respected us. It wasn't like we were mean and evil. We're New Yorkers. We don't take shit from anybody. And it kills me as a fourth generation New Yorker that we've been taking so much shit. And now it's at the point where it's dangerous. I mean, deadly dangerous. We're learning about these, like Curtis mentioned earlier, like, you know, that's a chemical thing, it's a battery thing, maybe we need to get it. This is a lithium battery. You ever watch these things burn up? You know, we don't know. We can't know. As this grows, the more people can learn. It's up to you to spread the word about the deadly. It's deadly. It's nothing. There's no evacuation plan. We were at the meeting, you know, most of you were at the meeting in Brooklyn. I came over the other night. And I listened to these two guys from Plan 9 from outer space, whatever that is. 9 dots. Not notice there's no sign or anything. One guy, to me, was arrogant. The guy that looked like Mark Zuckerberg. Arrogant. You know, he knew what he was talking about, but he was still all bullshit. And then the other guy, who you couldn't even hear him because he was nervous as hell.
Another hero driving by with his car. That's the guy who complains behind the computer.
Oh, yeah?
He's like this big, but he has muscles like this.
I understand.
These guys didn't give us any answers either. You know, one guy was like, well, there's a sprinkler system and in case. Did you just say in case? What does in case mean? In case means that shit can go down. It's like there's no guarantee that the other people are promising it's not going to happen. Sprinkler system. We don't know the rules. We don't know the thing. We're going to wear shirts. It's going to say, how do you put it out? You let it burn. That's the only way to let it burn. And again, where are all the tree-hugging, dairy-eating hippies and hipsters and liberals that are crying because I drive this gas guzzler and I'm killing the baby seals? This ain't doing nothing compared to what these lithium batteries, if they go on fire, and chemicals in the ground and in the sky. This goes to show you the hypocrisy of some people in the city, and that pisses me off as well. It should be everybody here. This ain't about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. This is about our community, New York City. I'm in Staten Island. I found out there's going to be Kevin here. Who's on top of this stuff. They told me there's 20-something of them going up, and about 13 or 14 are going right adjacent to people's homes, residential area. In my opinion, is look, yeah, we need to try alternative energy things and whatever this is work. Listen to me, what pissed me off too the other night is these guys are talking to us. These people in this building here, they're nuclear physicists. We're regular, hard-working people. We don't have time to go back to school and figure out that maybe they are safe. But we need to effing know. We want to know. Why this shit right in our neighborhood? The moral of my story, and how I think we can win this, is that we don't want to shut them down. We want them put where they told us they were going to put them. In industrial commercial zones. Not against houses in the residential area. So I think we do have the upper hand here. It's the same thing with the speed cameras. They were supposed to be in schools. Only at schools. During school hours. They're everywhere. Because we let it happen. Everywhere, in the middle of the woods, on a little dirt road. There's a speed camera. School's over in the summer. 3 in the morning. Bam, you get the ticket. Same concept. Same concept, be careful. So that's my objective. And my other objective, my main objective, if you know me, is to get bodies in the street. So we're going to hear from Curtis, a couple of people. But remember, we have to go in the street. We have to be in the street. So we're going to set something up. The clocks go back or ahead, whatever. I can't keep up with this. And the weather's going to be nicer later. So we're going to start you know, there's no excuse. It's too cold. I didn't come to the rally. It's too cold. Then you're not in New York. Get on your bus, go back to Quebec, wherever you came from. New Yorkers, we're tough. We're tough. We're thick-skinned. We don't take shit from anybody. So we need to get our game up. So the next rally in about a week or so, you're going to hear about it, pay attention to my social media, Ronnie's, Curtis, everybody else. We're going to get the Flatbush. We're going to get people from Staten Island, Hillsborough to go to the resident that had one spot in Flatbush. And there's a dozen of them, but we're going to start there. Well, people from all over the city can come there. We start there, then we go to Staten Island, we join forces, we get our attention, contact Lee Zeldin, our good friend. He's now the guy from the EPA. Let's get, you know, stick a fork in him right now. Let's go, wake up. So little by little, thank you, Curtis, for being involved. You know, right now, like, there should be 20,000 people here. There should. There should.
You're right, Scotty.
Exactly. Well, we're going to give him a chance. We're going to give him a chance. Because they'll hear from me. You know me, I'm not here to make friends. I don't care if you like me. I don't want you to like me. I want you to listen and understand and wake the F up. This is worse than anything else. Worse than the speed cameras, the illegal aliens. This is dangerous. So, that said, keep paying attention and keep moving forward. With this more than anything else right now. This is an emergency situation. It really is. I'm going to introduce Johnny Tobacco.
What's going on here? They have a permit?
Jennifer's not yet. Wait, Jennifer's my assistant.
Oh no.
I think she got it from the city.
Oh crap.
When all the people supporting God, diversity, have their marches.
That's correct.
They don't have any permits, no stops.
They don't, and we stop them as well. So,
You know,
like I
open
explained
plans
to
for
somebody-
transportation alternatives to protest without permit. I saw them do one the other day with the Horses Just Unite. Like it's Justice Project.
So why don't you just let us finish? We're here for a half, and then we can
Wow, it's getting crowded.
There's no one coming out. I understand that there was an opposition.
never do this to you guys in protest. Never.
Yeah, that's true.
We watch it.
I saw it.
Let me come out that street over there. Watch yourself, John.
Really
Just going to be a few more minutes.
I saw a group of protests without a permit last week.
They're everywhere. What are you kidding? It's not the gathering, it's the microphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can stay here and talk all we want.
Yeah, I know.
They
So
don't
just
want
yeah, the amplified sound. Oh, I see. So the amplified sound is the problem.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm back on Staten Island. Everything I know about protesting, I learned from that guy's house. But I want to be quick today. We all know why we're here, but we've done things in Staten Island. People in Brooklyn have done things in Brooklyn. This is not Staten Island, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens. This is a city issue. This comes down to corruption, and this comes down to big money. That's what it really comes down to. I could curse and tell you all the crazy shit about toxins and poisons. We all know that's true. But when this comes down to 9DOT, which is in this building, has raised $500 million to build these facilities all over New York City.
Really?
They hired the biggest lobbyists to change the building characterization for where these battery sites could be. They used to be all the way down at the bottom.
These guys are running red lights.
Manufacturing, industrial. Now they're like a car wash right next to your house. So this comes down to corruption. We got politicians in Staten Island filed a Freedom of Information Act asking for inquiries from the comptroller's office on who switched the zoning, because that was lobbied for. On top of that, all the 9DOT executives have raised $500 million. Okay, one of the places where they get their most money is from the Carlyle Group. If you've ever heard of the Carlyle Group, that's George Bush Sr. and the Saudi Arabian companies.
Yep.
That's their private equity firm. And their biggest investor is Blackstone, BlackRock. So these things are being funded by the biggest global elites that hate America. And
they're also the biggest purveyors of DEI policies.
So, First Citizens Bank, they've given them $165 million. Carlyle's given them almost $200 million. So use the power of the people. Don't buy their stock. Take your money out of their bank. And one of the big things we did in Staten Island to beat the migrant shelters was we empowered the mama bears and the grandma bears to stay at home, take care of the kids, make the pasta, whatever you regularly do, but pick up the phone and call these banks, call these financial institutions, call 9 Dot and say, we don't want to do business with you. We're going to inspire people civilly to hurt you, your company, your stock price, whatever it may be. But 9 Dot is backed by some of the worst enemies of America there is, and they don't give a shit.
You got that right!
Community. So, God bless you, Staten Island, with Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, whoever we're needed. Scott, myself, we follow the leader, the guy right there. Hopefully our next mayor, Curtis Sliwa.
First of all, let me tell you about Scott and John organizing these rallies first on Staten Island. Reminds me, they had the first successful rallies to stop the migrants on Staten Island, the only place where they were stopped. It's also a neighborhood very much like so many of yours, where Eric Adams and the corporate developers pushed for the city of yes, which is going to destroy the residential neighborhoods. Now, if they put these warehouses for lithium-ion batteries, if you notice, they're not in Manhattan. Not one. Not on Park Avenue. Oh, no. They're the stock callers. They're the ones making the money on their stock portfolios on this, but they're pushing it into the residential neighborhoods. First the migrants, then the city of yes, now the lithium-ion battery warehouses. Let me introduce, I'm going to defer to them first, because just like Scott Levado, John Tobacco, and everyone from Staten Island who's been leading in this, they're leading in the effort in Brooklyn. I was an invited guest in the Community Board 18 in Georgetown, right next to where I grew up in Canarsie. The place was packed with Brooklynites from all different neighborhoods that are going to be affected by this. One of them is right on Flatbush Avenue, surrounded by all residential homes.
Multiple.
I couldn't believe it. All the places in Brooklyn you can put this that are industrial warehouse areas. They basically said, F you. We got a right to put them wherever we want, because remember, through the city of yes, they destroyed all zoning. The local council person has no say anymore. It's all controlled through City Hall and all. The person who has led on this, who knows more about the issue than any other elected official, is the Assemblywoman Jamie Williams.
Speaking about
but it's been endorsed by the Republicans and the Conservative Party. There's not a person out there who can say that. So she's been fighting this. She can get information that none of us are privy to. So I want to introduce to you the champion in this effort in the legislative process, the Assemblywoman who represents that area of Brooklyn. She was there for us in the migrant crisis. She was there for us in the city of yes. And she's not there because she's leading in Brooklyn on this effort. I give you the Assemblyman Jamie Williams. Jamie.
We're here today because our issue matters. We are homeowners that live in a residential area. Whether it's Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, Long Island, you're here to represent. We may be a small number today, but it's all about impact. And you know what? I'm happy that the officers are out here today doing their job. Because I'm telling you, I want to send this clear message. Because this decision where NYC is concerned, we have a lot of electeds that are supporting this initiative. And we're not totally against. What we are against is that NYC coming and putting their plants right in our backyard. Right in our backyard where we have babies, children, their bedrooms are right going to be looking over these gatherings. So for also our officers, we are here today. We are following protocols and doing everything that we can, unlike some other groups that we know that gather and create chaos and sometimes even assault our cops. Don't forget we also have electeds that are going out to make sure that our prisons are closed and making up legislation to make sure that your job is harder. So who is really protecting the small guns? No one. So you need people like us, people like Curtis, people like Scott, that stand for the small things that matter to each and every New Yorker. It's not about the pictures, it's not about the accolades. This year is a very important year where we have people running for mayor. And everybody's going to tell you this, all the dreams and all the promises. But where were you when we needed you for what matters most to our community? So we are here today to stand as one. And
Thanks a lot.
Continue this momentum, and it doesn't matter because 9 is not our neighbor. They are not transparent, and they are not friendly. And I don't really care how safe it is. Guess what? Set up your shop 200 feet, 300 feet away in an industrial, commercial network, not in our backyard.
Not in our backyard, that's right, baby.
I remember, as difficult as it might be for all of you, Scott and John Tobacco, we're outliers. Debbie Williams has to deal in the legislative process. Can you imagine how many people scorn her every day? She has to go to Albany. He has to go to meetings with the other officials that are opposed to this or refuse to take a position on this. And yet, she's braver than all of us together because she has to go into the belly of the beast and deal with them. Now, every effort needs an organizer. As you know, I've been the organizer of the Guardian Angels since 1979. I have groups in 13 countries, 130 cities. So I can recognize an organizer. That's why it bothered me with Scott LeBedo and John Tobacco. I recognize great organizers. Put aside their personal beliefs, and we'll welcome anybody into the fold if you have a common cause. Democrats, independents, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, because it's all for the cause. Another great organizer has a union background, and he is the version of Scott LeBedo and John Tobacco in Brooklyn. You all know this Ron Cantorino. I mean, he stirs the hornet's nest, and he has helped organize so many people. And he's did it about the migrant shelters, the city of Yes, and now, as Scott LeBedo mentioned, the thing that could be so harmful to so many people, if one of these warehouses goes up in flames, there is no way to put out the fire.
I'm telling people about the bike lane. The bike lane is being blocked by the community cops over there.
Everyone will have
And
to
Scott LeBedo and other guys.
4 miles!
Bike lane
4
too.
miles!
Cops are ridiculous around here, man. It's getting confusing.
Why are they doing this in residential areas? Ask yourself the question. The migrant shelters, the city of Yes, and now the
All bad policy is all supported by our activists.
All about money!
in residential areas because they want you out of here. They want the corporate developers want to put up the high rise.
Not my backyard.
The socialists don't believe in private property. That's the basis of America, to own your own home. They don't believe in that. And they'll do anything they can to destroy it by all means necessary. We're not going to let it. I want to introduce the guy who's been putting together these rallies in Brooklyn along with others. He'll tell you what the group is that he represents. And they're in solidarity with all we're doing. Hey, Ronnie, come on up here. I know you're not a shy guy.
everybody here is here for one reason.
I'm going to talk to
We
Eric.
want to protect our neighborhoods. We want to protect our future kids, our people. Remember what the Constitution says. We the people have the right to protest, a right to march. Of all this other stuff that's going around with these people marching against Israel, marching against this, that has nothing to do with this. We're here for one reason. We do not want press in our backyard. We want our kids to grow. They want to move it. We're going to stand up and we're going to say no to the lithium batteries. Everybody, no to the lithium batteries. I can't hear you. No to the lithium batteries. We are putting together another coalition of people from this area, Staten Island, and the 5 boroughs. We're going to go to every borough in March. We are going to start within the next 2 weeks. After I think it's this Saturday or next Saturday, 30 blocks ahead. We're going to do it in the middle at 7 o'clock at night in Brooklyn on Flatbush Avenue. And we're going to march around the block until we get what we want. We're also going to stop construction. We're going to try to put a 24-hour people's march together, like they did in 86th Street, like they did in Staten Island. We are here to help the communities of Brooklyn, Staten Island, the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. If they want us, we're here for them. But one thing I gotta say, 9 dot, fuck you!
And I tell you, it's just like Scott LeBedo and John Tobacco. You can never escape the F-bomb. Ronnie's a great organizer. Assemblywoman Jamie Williams, great organizer. But I am considered the organizer in the city of New York because even though I'm the Republican candidate for mayor again, I can go into every neighborhood of every borough in places where the only Republican they've ever seen is Abraham Lincoln on Ohio and get respect. Just to give you an idea, last night I was in Ozone Park with 200 Guyanese. They speak English, what makes it a lot easier to convey to them this concept they never thought about. Because they don't have a warehouse schedule there. But in terms of my presentation, I let them know, hey, they want to put one in every neighborhood. That's the concept. And right away, the guy said, well, what's the difference, Curtis? They could be Delco batteries for cars. I don't understand. Our job is we have to educate the public. They have no idea. When they think batteries, they think, what's the battery that powers Scott's SUV here? They don't understand the differentiation that when they go on fire, these plants, and they have all over the country, they have no means of putting the fires out. It's a mini Chernobyl. The toxic waste, hydrogen chloride spreading into the neighborhoods. You know what that chemical does? My dad was a merchant seaman.
Yeah, I know. After this is done, I'm aware of it.
He sailed on cargo ships. He sailed on oil tankers. But when he needed the money, he sailed on sulfur ships, the most dangerous, toxic chemical that could explode, and you could expect all the men on board to have perished. And he said, kids, I got to do this for you. And as a result, he ended up with medical complications as soon as he retired. Now let me tell all of you, our job is we have to educate. Once people know the danger that this poses to them, the fact that that one piece of property that they've put all their equity into, the American dream, their house, may not be worth anything. Has anybody been to Love Canal? I traveled between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. All of those houses were of zero value. People to this day who were born at that time, who are my age 70, have all kinds of diseases that have permeated their body. We all remember 9/11. We all remember Christine Todd Witness, who told us there were no toxins in the air.
That's right.
And the men and women who went into the pile could inhale and exhale. You don't need hazmat suits. You don't need gloves. You don't need protective gear. And the men and women went into that pile every day. How many died in the aftermath? How many continue to die and suffer? Where's Christine Todd Whitlis today? They all swore it was safe. As Scott Lavando said the other day, when the two, I call them jerky boys, because one knew nothing and the other knew even less, got up in front of this crowd in Brooklyn that was trying to learn more about these lithium-ion battery warehouses. When the question was posed to them, would you live next to a lithium-ion battery warehouse? It was like Beavis and Butthead.
What do you think their answer was?
They said no!
They said no!
So, good for you, but not for us. The FDNY had no knowledge how to put out these fires. Imagine the people in the general public knew more about it because they were told, BS your way through this meeting. Just get through the meeting. I learned so much in that meeting. And imagine I'm sitting there thinking it's just 2 warehouses for lithium-ion batteries in Flatbush. And then, well, there's one in Georgetown. We're sitting right there in Georgetown. And there's another in Canarsie. Oh, wait, 929 reps. That's 2 blocks from the house that I got from my mom and dad. I turned to a guardian angel headquarters. And then I said, well, now I have a right to speak at the end of the meeting. No, you don't. What do you mean I don't? See, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear people who have an investment in the community talk about all the dangers for the people who decided to stay in this community. We know people, all of us know people who have fled to Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Tennessee, and parts unknown. You decided to improve and not move. Do you know how many people, when hearing of this lithium-ion battery warehouse, are going to say, they're going to come home at night, they're going to sit at the kitchen table and say, that's it. Start looking for property in Pensacola, in the Western Panhandle. Start looking for property in Georgia. We're out of here. First, they shoved the migrants into our neighborhoods, and we resisted. Staten Island led, and everybody followed. Let's give a great round of applause. Then the city of yes to destroy residential neighborhoods. The corporate developers who care nothing about you. And now, the lithium-ion battery warehouses. I asked the people who are making money on their stock portfolios. Everybody who lives in Manhattan, how come they don't have one there? How come Manhattan never gets these things? Huh? Think about that. They are the shot callers. They make the decisions. They want you in the outer boroughs, the residential areas, to vote for them. But then they tell you, shut your mouth, mind your business, pay your taxes. And by the way, when you send your kids to school, we'll decide what's in their best interest. They're doing everything within their power to chase us out. But you know something? My grandfather, Fidel Bianchino, my grandmother, Nicoletta Bianchino, I would say to my grandfather, hey, Pops, when are we going to move? All of your sons and daughters have moved to Florida. They moved to Staten Island. They're down on the Jersey Shore, Manalapan. When are we going to move? And my grandfather, Fidel Bianchino, said, if the fig tree doesn't live to the spring, one year we move. All winter long, he'd be watching Carol Reed, who was the weather girl on Channel 2 years ago. And when he heard it was near freezing, he'd run outside with mattresses, tar paper. He'd have the barrel. There'd be fire. He'd be burning wood to keep the fig tree alive. And then by March, my birthday, March 26th, I'd say, Pops, are we moving? He would take all the tar paper and the mattresses away. No, 1 year, the fig tree is alive. We stay to fight another day. I was born in Brooklyn. They tried to kill me in Brooklyn. I'll probably die in Brooklyn, and I'll be buried in Brooklyn. But I'll be damned if they run us out of this city. The city of our grandparents and great-grandparents. And it's a city of immigrants, legal immigrants, that we're going to fight. fight for. And we're going to fight for our neighborhoods. We're going to fight for our city. And now we got to bring together the coalition. I'll finish on this. Tomorrow I'm in the South Bronx, and I'm warning the residents there because they already have lithium battery ion warehouses. Those poor people have had everything dumped on them. Toxic waste, construction debris, rehab centers, migrant shelters that were battling there. Imagine they actually built a new one when they're supposedly closing them off 141st of Brooklyn. They are so depressed. They are so down and out. They said to me, Curtis, whenever the city wants to dump something somewhere, it's always the South Bronx. I would never have had the Guardian Angels without young men and women of the South Bronx joining me back in 1979. And I will educate them about the dangers of lithium-ion batteries in warehouses. And we will begin demonstrations there. And we will unite this city as we did against the migrant shelters, as we did against the city of Yes. And I guarantee you, well, Mayor, if you've invested in lithium-ion battery warehouses, you better go south of the Mason-Dixon line. Because you're out of here. And the city of Yes becomes the city of No. We are saving our residential areas because you're the blue-collar, working-class people. You pay the taxes. The rich don't pay taxes. They hide behind their shelters. The poor can't pay taxes. They can barely survive. So you, the working-class people, have to bear the responsibility of all the taxes.
That's right.
Take the migrants in. Take the corporate developers in. Sell your house to them so they can put up a skyscraper. And by the way, we're going to put a lithium-ion battery warehouse right next to your house.
Hell no!
Our dead bodies. We fight for our city, and we fight for the right of the blue-collar working class who are the backbone of America. Thank you. I'm going to continue this. Thank you.
All right, folks, you gotta tell, listen, this, you know, just because I know this guy for 35 years, he got me through my first arrest. He caught me how to get arrested. So I'm criminally tight. I consider him a brother. But we really need him for mayor. We really, I mean, prove that we can be a red state and be a good city, and be a good city for everybody. You know, black, white, liberal, gay, straight, that's what New York City is. That's why people love Curtis. Me, people say Scott used to be mayor, but not everybody likes me. No matter what, no matter what his political ideology, he goes into the hoods, all of the hoods, every ethnicity, and they love him for that. No other politician does that. Isn't that what New York City's all about? So this guy, I'm telling you, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to get him elected a mayor. I hope you all do. And I'll finish with this. It's about you people. It's not about Curtis. It's not about me. It's not about Johnny. It's about you people. It's about you. And it's sad that you work so hard and you just want to live your life, but you got to fight. You got to join the force. You got to join the army. You know, nobody wants to get dirty. Nobody wants to get arrested. You know, you don't have to get arrested. It's called civil disobedience. You get a summons sometimes. If we have to surround these effing buildings, holding hands, hand by hand with little children to keep that bulldozer from coming in there, we're going to do that.
Absolutely! That's it!
It's up to you. I can't emphasize enough. You. Tell 20 people tomorrow, tonight, when you get home. Send them a text. Listen, and you don't have to get into detail. We're not nuclear physicists, but we know common sense. Lithium batteries go on fire, they burn forever, they destroy the environment. It's horrible, it's bad. There's no evacuation plans, there's nothing. All you gotta do is tell people that. Simple, basic, no 50-cent syllable fucking words that these guys used the other night. We're not listening to you. All we know is that we don't know, and we need to know, because I own this property right here, and you're not putting this shit next to my house unless I know about it, and if not, I want it moved. Build it down the street. That's it. It's all I can say. It's up to you. So be prepared. I don't want to, how do we know about thing is 2025. Everybody's got social media. You'll find out. Go on and figure it out. Who's 9 doctors? 9 people. I heard that the commission, that the governor appointed 9 people to start this. Find out who they are. These people don't want. They don't want this guy. These 2 guys from the other night. They don't want their faces all over the place. You're allowed. You're allowed legally to vote. Here's the guy, Joe Schmidt, whatever his name is. This is the guy that's bullshitting us. Put his face. He don't want to walk down the street. These 2 guys, I'm telling you, they're not going to last. They're going to quit. They're not going to last because they don't want to be the face of screwing up your neighborhood and put your family in danger. So this is what you do. What do I do, Scott? I don't want to get it. I can't do what you do. It's so easy to do what you have to do. You hear me? So do it. This is I got other shit I can be doing. But I love doing this. Just to get you people to do something for yourselves now. This most dangerous emergency. This is a fucking emergency. A vital emergency. So don't let me down. When you hear that we're going to have the next rally, big protest, in Flatbush, and Staten Island, and Queens, you have to fucking be there. And bring 10 people. And make people feel guilty. You know I do that to you people sometimes. I make you feel guilty, as I should. As we should. We put ourselves out there. You need to feel guilty. And get those people next to you that live next to that fucking boundary thing, and you make them feel guilty. Embarrass them, humiliate them, till they get off their ass and shut this shit down like we did with the migrant shelters. Got it? Now get to work. Thank you.
I just want to in closing say there was a famous person that was on television that got shot. And everybody's seen it. And he is now the president of our United States. And his famous battle cry was, what we're going to take up today, when he put his hand in the air and every American seated, fight, 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 fight. Remember that. Read the signs. These 2 women are holding up. Lady that has a business on Flatbush Avenue. Remember those signs. Remember, tell your families, your friends, your neighbors, we need to get out and fight for our rights. We don't want to live in this bullshit that's going on. They already ruined this country. We want to take it back to the citizens of the United States. And in closing, let's thank the NYPD. Back the blue. Back the blue. Thank you for coming. Remember, Flatbush Avenue starts the battle cry.
That's it. I wonder if this is about the DOT's latest pilot program scam of putting battery charging stations by residential buildings. Whoops, sorry. That is very warped. I gotta get one of these flyers. And that's it. Yeah, apparently they're gonna put lithium-ion battery plants in every neighborhood. Let me find out one of these things. These best things. Who has this? I think she has them.
Like
you have one of those best ones?
I do. Yeah. 1 second, absolutely.